I am Sharon Chira and I welcome you to another edition of Business Time right here on Times Television. This is a magazine program in which we look at some of the major business stories happening in Malawi and beyond. Coming up in the program today, government impressed with ASWAP 2 projects, MCCCI to host SME Expo. We have these and other stories. Stay with us.
Now you can access the Daily Times, Malawi News and the Sunday Times newspapers anytime, anywhere, by the click of a mouse or a swipe on your smartphone. With eTimes, right on your mobile gadget. Flip through the pages with a swipe or a click. Navigate through all pages and see clear pictures and designs. Access a database of previous papers of the Daily Times, Malawi News and the Sunday Times. Easy. Subscribe now to eTimes. Go to www.times.mw/e-edition. Sign up and log in. Enter your password and enjoy the newspaper. It's about time.
Capitol Hill has expressed satisfaction at the level at which rural masses are approaching farming practices as a business under the Agriculture Sector-Wide Approach to Project ASAP 2, stressing that it is transforming their economic well-being. This came out during a 4-day stakeholders review meeting which took place in Doha. Chimwema Mangazi reports.
It has transpired that many farmers are now more informed on what type of seed to use in the field, how to take care of the crops to maximize yield, and when to access markets to earn more from their producers. Program Manager for Kasungu ADD George Kaberemenapiri said the project has also brought in rehabilitation of roads, which has enhanced access to markets for the farmers.
The major objective of this meeting is firstly to look at the plans that we made for the past 6 months to see whether we have actually fulfilled what we agreed to do, and also to look at where the shortfalls are, so that we plan for the next 6 months to also look at what we should be doing in the coming 6 months in order to save the farmers rightly. The key successes of ASWAP 2 currently are that the farmers have now realized that agriculture is a business. They are now looking at the crops which can produce more money, produce more yields, and also that they can realize a lot of money from the crops. The other area is also that the project has brought in the rehabilitation of some roads, which will give access to the markets for the farmers, where they'll be able to sell the produce and they'll also be able to buy some inputs from the markets. The major challenge is the funding. We should have started early in the year, like in July, but funding came a bit late, like in November. I think that was because of the processing of the funding. That was a major one. Otherwise, all things are now in place.
The 3-year-long project runs until 2020, focusing on components that are aligned to the National Agriculture Policy and National Irrigation Policy, such as sustainable agriculture productivity and diversification, improvement of rural roads to enhance access to markets, institutional development and capacity building for implementation of National Irrigation Policy and National Agriculture Policy, and project coordination and management. The project has a $50 million funding from the Matidona Trust Fund, which is managed by the World Bank. From Lilongwe, I am Chimwema Mangazi.
Now you can access the Daily Times, Malawi News and the Sunday Times newspapers anytime, anywhere, by the click of a mouse or a swipe on your smartphone. With eTimes, right on your mobile gadget. Flip through the pages with a swipe or a click. Navigate through all pages and see clear pictures and designs. Access a database of previous papers of the Daily Times, Malawi News and the Sunday Times. Easy. Subscribe now to eTimes. Go to www.times.mw/e-edition. Sign up and log in. Enter your password and enjoy the newspaper. It's about time.
The Malawi Confederation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry, MCCCI, has disclosed plans to hold an SME Expo later this month. MCCCI Head of Communications, Millie Kasunda, said the trade event will be held from April 26 to 28 under the theme SME Growth Towards Business Linkages. Kasunda explains.
SME Expo 2019 is an initiative by the Chamber of Commerce to promote the growth of SMEs in Malawi. As you know that we always say that SMEs are the drivers of the economy, but if you see that they do face so many challenges, be it capacity, be it technological, financing, access to credit, so many challenges that SMEs do face, and yet they drive the economy. And most of the economies in the world have grown because of initiatives to SMEs. So it is against this background that the Malawi Confederation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry decided to introduce the SME Expo 2019, which will be held from the 26th to the 28th of April 2019 at the Chichiri Trade Fair grounds, under the theme SME Growth Through Business Linkages. And if you can see that the theme is actually promoting the linkages, because linkages are a catalyst for business success. Any business, if it wants to be successful, it has to make sure that it has linkages, be it with the financial sector or other businesses or other SMEs or indeed large corporates. Linkages are very important and ingredient in the business success.
And talk us through the expo itself. What will be happening during the expo?
So what will be happening is that, first of all, SMEs, together with big companies who register with us, MCCCI, for them to participate in the SME Expo. And once they do register, they'll be provided or allocated pavilions in the trade fair, Chichiri Trade Fair grounds, and then we'll hold the fair itself, and we expect that it will be opened by the Minister of Trade, and we'll also have side events because we understand the challenges that the SMEs face. So we are planning to have so many side events to the SME Expo to capacitate the capacity of the SMEs themselves, and also maybe to introduce new partners to them who they can be able to develop linkages with for their future businesses.
So you've been holding trade fairs for a number of years. Why specifically now targeting the SMEs?
You'd see that as an association for the industry, we've decided this year that we need to take very strong initiatives to support SMEs, because we understand their importance to our economy. And that's why you would see that even in our membership category, we have also introduced a new category that is tailor-made for SMEs. And also maybe you've heard of the farmers market that we are holding every month, and also this SME Expo. So we are coming up with so many initiatives and activities to support the growth of SMEs, because of our understanding that maybe the chamber membership was not so inclusive. People had the perception that it was not very inclusive of the SMEs. So that's why we are deliberately initiating activities that will target SMEs, and that will make sure that SMEs are growing, so that at the end of the day we grow our economy.
Now you can access the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times newspapers anytime, anywhere, by the click of a mouse or a swipe on your smartphone. With eTimes, right on your mobile gadget. Flip through the pages with a swipe or a click. Navigate through all pages and see clear pictures and designs. Access a database of previous papers of the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times. Easy. Subscribe now to eTimes. Go to www.times.mw/e-edition. Sign up and log in. Enter your password and enjoy the newspaper. It's about time.
Malawi Stock Exchange listed real estate player Mpiko PLC has posted a profit after tax of 6.8 billion kwacha in 2018 from 5.1 billion in 2017, representing a year-on-year increase of 33%, the company's audit results have shown. The development has been attributed to reduced rental arrears by the government and increased occupancy levels at its Gateway Mall in Lilongwe. More in this report.
The development has been attributed to reduced rental arrears by the government and increased occupancy levels at its Gateway Mall in Lilongwe. The report indicates that as of December 2018, the government paid the landlord 5.7 billion kwacha of the 8 billion kwacha rental arrears recorded in December 2017. Signed by the company's managing director Damian Kafoteka and board chairperson Edith Gia, the results further indicates that rental income grew by 13% to 6.2 billion kwacha in 2018 from 5.5 billion kwacha the previous year, while expenditure decreased to 4.3 billion kwacha in 2018 from 5.8 billion kwacha in 2017. The company, however, holds that the economic environment could be prone to change due to volatile macroeconomic fundamentals. The good performance has also trickled down to shareholders as the company has declared a total dividend of 517 million kwacha, representing a 22.5 tambala dividend per share. Frank Harawa is one of the shareholders of the company.
This is a welcome development looking at the market today. People which was trading at 19 close of last year, towards the end of last year, now trading at 13 and making such a profit of 6 billion. It tells you that it's an encouragement to most of the shareholders, and even declaring a dividend, it's a big encouragement to the shareholders, and therefore we expect the share price to go back maybe to 19, even more than that. And at this time, it is the cheapest share on the Malawi stock market. So I think there will be a scramble for, already there is too much demand on Mpiko on the market, and I think there will be now a scramble for the share on the market. No one can be satisfied with money, but a payment of dividend itself, it's always appreciated. We wanted this, they would have paid more, but I think the board has looked into the challenges of the company, and they've paid some money on reserve, they've retained some of the profits, and the dividend to Tambala. I think it's a good initiative. And at the same time, look, we don't only look at the dividends, but also look at the capital gain. So we are looking into both areas whereby maybe there will be as a dividend, and also at the same time we're looking for, I think, a very good capital gain. So as a shareholder, I think I'm excited, very excited.
In 2017, the company declared a dividend of 18 tambala per share from the 413.6 million kwacha that was declared as dividends among the company's shareholders. From Lilongwe, I am Chimoyo Mangazi.
Remember, this is Business Time on Times Television, right here on Times TV. We will be right back in 60 seconds.
Now you can access the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times newspapers anytime, anywhere, by the click of a mouse or a swipe on your smartphone. With eTimes, right on your mobile gadget. Flip through the pages with a swipe or a click. Navigate through all pages and see clear pictures and designs. Access a database of previous papers of the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times. Easy. Subscribe now to eTimes. Go to www.times.mw/e-edition. Sign up and log in. Enter your password and enjoy the newspaper. It's about time.
Local beer maker Castel Malawi has unveiled a new brand of beer called Castel Beer. The beer comes 6 years after the firm, formerly Carlsberg Malawi, launched Chill. Castel Malawi Managing Director Giles Leclerc said Castel Beer is not on the market to replace Carlsberg Green.
This beer, Castel Beer, I've after the Busness cider and also the different wines that you are on the market. Give us more details. What should people know about this brand and what does it mean to the company?
Well, this is actually our objective to expand our portfolio. So this is a right continuity of our objective to expand the portfolio after the cider booster, after some new juices that we've done as well, and some wine as well that we have introduced on the market. The objective is affordability. The objective with our new Castel beer is to propose to our consumers an affordable beer. It's not an alternative to the car-spec beer that we are producing. It's an alternative for competing beers. And we want our consumers to be another beer proposed on the market than the competing beers. And this is where comes Castel beer.
How different is this beer from the existing alcoholic beers that are already there?
Well, the beer is a 5-degree alcohol. So I think that it will satisfy some of the consumers willing to drink a beer which is not too high level of alcohol, but higher than the beers that we can find on the market. The taste is very pleasant. You have caramel inside, and it's all made of natural ingredients, and that's what our consumers, I believe, are looking for. So this is why I believe that Castel beer is going to be a success.
Tell us about the launch, which is supposed to happen, the official one in London.
So the launch is going to happen next week. This will be in Sunburn Hotel, and we are inviting a band which is famous from Kenya, Sauti Sol, which is appreciated, I believe, by population in Malawi. So the objective is to have a great event and to associate the performance of Sauti Sol, and I would say to associate Sauti Sol with our brand Castel beer as a newcomer on the market.
Thank you very much.
Now you can access the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times newspapers anytime, anywhere, by the click of a mouse or a swipe on your smartphone. With eTimes, right on your mobile gadget. Flip through the pages with a swipe or a click. Navigate through all pages and see clear pictures and designs. Access a database of previous papers of the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times. Easy. Subscribe now to eTimes. Go to www.times.mw/e-edition. Sign up and log in. Enter your password and enjoy the newspaper. It's about time.
Proceeding with the program, let us now take a look at how the Malawi Kwacha is trading against major trading currencies on the foreign exchange market. In other business news, America's national parks system includes parks, monuments, and conservation and historic sites. The federal agency, established in 1916, is constantly changing. For instance, 26 parks it originally managed have been removed from its list of properties. Some, like Michigan's Mechanic Island Park, were transferred to state holdings, and others, like South Carolina's Castle Pinckney Monument, were found to be too expensive to maintain. Erica Sestel reports.
The Indiana Dunes National Park is America's newest national park, but the one that may have taken the longest to get that designation, says Superintendent Paul Labovitz.
The name change here was 103 years in the making. That the Indiana Sand Dunes National Park was proposed in 1916 by the first director of the National Park Service, Stephen Mather.
Plans for the park were quashed during World War I when the lakefront property was needed for steel mills, and then again during the industrialization of the Port of Indiana. But nature in the dunes found a way to thrive. Then again in 2017 and 2018, Indiana lawmakers again presented the park legislation to Congress. During the historic shutdown of 2019, the park measure was passed as part of the massive appropriations bill pushed through Congress to fund and reopen the government.
The fact that he was able to get it into the budget bill was a huge win for us, and none of us knew that was going to happen, so it was one of the biggest pleasant surprises that we've had.
The designation from National Lakeshore to National Park doesn't come with any regulatory or funding changes, but it does give the dunes a similar status to the other big national parks such as Yellowstone and Yosemite. Among the first to visit since the change, Bill and Betty Smith from Connecticut, who've already been to the nation's 60 other national parks.
What I want to see are probably the sand dunes. I think that's probably the standout feature of this new national park. I want to see some of the trail systems. I just want to sort of get a sense of the place.
The park has a varied landscape, a 483-kilometer-long lake, mountainous sand dunes that migrate more than a meter a year, and an intricate trail system with some of the most diverse and rare plants in North America.
There's always something special about a national park. It's beautiful, it's unique, there's precious in terms of natural resources, the natural beauty, the wildlife, and so it's just a part of exploring this great country.
The park attracts more than 3.6 million visitors every year, and with its new designation, that number is expected to grow. I'm Erica Celeste for VOA News in Indiana Dunes National Park.
Now you can access the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times newspapers anytime, anywhere, by the click of a mouse or a swipe on your smartphone. With eTimes, right on your mobile gadget. Flip through the pages with a swipe or a click. Navigate through all pages and see clear pictures and designs. Access a database of previous papers of the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times. Easy. Subscribe now to eTimes. Go to www.times.mw/e-edition. Sign up and log in. Enter your password and enjoy the newspaper. It's about time.
On that note, we've come to the end of Business Time right here on Times. Until next week, I am Sharon Jira, but always remember, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense.